Okay, this is 0511 speaking test. Teacher examiner Hussein Mahdi, candidate number 7735. Hello.
Hi.
Now, I'm running a speaking test with you, and let's start with part one. First, we will start with a short warm-up where I will ask you some questions to find out more about you. This part is not assessed after the warm-up. There are three assessed parts to the test: an interview, a short talk, and a discussion. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me something about your best friend?
My best friend is called Zainab. We are right now. She's in another school, so we're long distance best friends. But she's been always there for me, and I could never replace her.
Good. Now, what did you do during your last holiday?
During my last holiday, we went to Egypt, and I spent time visiting my extended family members and just having fun with them since it's been so long since we met.
Okay. Now, how do you get to school every morning?
Every morning, a driver picks me up at like 7 a.m. in the morning, and me and my siblings, and he drives us for like 30 minutes to school.
Okay. Now, the interview in part one. The first assessed part of the test is an interview. I'm going to ask you some questions about art. Try to say as much as you can for each question. Before we start, do you have any questions? What type of art do you and your family like and why?
I like to color already drawn pictures since it feels relaxing, especially when I'm doing it with other people. We can then compare how we see an object in colors and understand why we're doing it. It is fun when especially when you're doing it with people that you love.
Yeah. Can you tell me about a time when you went to a museum or art gallery and what happened?
I went to a museum in Abu Dhabi. I don't actually remember the name, but when we did go there, uh, I felt like it was pointless and boring in the beginning, and I was already like set to go back home. But after a few minutes in, I was really fascinated by the sculptures there and the art, and there were some paintings that were really amazing to look at and understand. There were some stuff that I didn't actually like get what they were made for, but overall I did find the museum nice to go to, and in the future I would repeat the trip.
The visit, yeah?
Yeah, the visit there.
Okay, now, do you think anyone can become an artist? Why not?
I believe so, because art is to become an artist is it takes practice. You don't start off while you're young as a really good artist. Some people do get the concepts more easily, and that's fine. Some people have talent in it, but I believe wholeheartedly that if somebody put in the effort to practice their art skills, they are going to become a fine artist.
Okay, end of part one. Okay, this is part two, the short talk. The second part of the test is a short talk. I will give you a card and you will have 1 minute to read it and think about what you can say. You should talk about the points on the card. You can't make any written notes, but you can ask me if there is anything you don't understand. You may keep the card until the end of the short talk. Here is your card. Okay,
It's loading. Yeah.
1 minute. Okay, now you have up to 2 minutes to talk about the topic on the card. I will stop you after 2 minutes, but don't worry if you don't have finished your talk. Would you like to start?
Yes.
Okay.
So my favorite singer is Alec Benjamin, and his songs are usually made out like they're usually stories made into songs, which is unique. Which is what is unique about him. When you hear his voice and the song, you'd automatically know who he is. Uh, I'd listen. Okay, so me and my friend would be having these two options, and talking about the advantages of being there. Is the fact that you'll be able to see. I'll be able to see the singer in person, which would be exhilarating while also having like to hear the other fans and to meet other people that are like you. We could also be making friends there. There might also be a signing off event if after the actual concert, which means we might be able to talk to the singer um in person. However, the tickets might be very costly, expensive. So that would automatically mean as like we're two people. We will have to get the money somehow, and since we're students, that would be from my mom and dad, and I don't think they would like that. On the other hand, if we listen to the live TV airing, it would be free at home, and we will be able to relax and have fun while also listening to the song. And since in my house we have like a stereo room, so it's like a smart room, we'll be able to have that energy of the concert in the house, but it will be very not not really hyped up like the like when you were there in the live concert, as well as the fact that being at home it's very chill, so that means gonna it's not gonna feel like it's not gonna be the same feeling as being there in the live concert. I personally prefer going to the singer's live concert, so I'll try to convince my parents, um and it would have fun. Being there in the live concert would allow us to have good memory about an event rather than staying at home like an everyday thing. So that's
Mm.
one of the reasons why I
Okay,
prefer
thank you.
being.
End of part two. Okay, let's complete the test, part three discussion. Now, I'm going to ask you a few questions related to the topic you have just talked about. This part of the test will last approximately 3 minutes. Before we start, do you have any questions?
No,
Okay. Now, some students like listening to music while they are studying. Do you think this is a good idea?
it depends on the person. Like some people do that while and the subject. Some people do that while studying math. Like because the practice questions are repetitive, so it can get really boring. But by having music, they can concentrate and not feel like it's a tedious task of just repeating something over and over. While other times, if you're taking in new information, like learning something for the first time, that wouldn't be recommended, especially by the fact that you would need to concentrate on learning the subject rather than the noise of the music that is going in your head.
Okay. Now, young people and their parents never listen to the same music. What do you think?
I think that is the case due to just the pure fact that they're from different generations, and especially these days, the difference in tastes of music have changed so much from like the 90s and the 80s than right now, where most younger people like different types of music. And especially for
Oh,
my
yeah.
family, yeah,
Yeah, mm.
we're bilingual, so I'd rather hear music that is in English, while my mom would rather hear music that is in Arabic. So yeah.
Okay. Now, anyone can learn how to play a musical instrument. Do you agree?
I think so, yeah. I think that it's possible. It's just like any skill that you would gain from doing something over and over. Practice is key after all, and any person could be possibly able to learn a musical instrument.
Okay. Now, is it good for young people to take part in music talent shows? Why not?
I think uh, definitely it would be a huge thing to be able to go up in a competition, especially by the fact that you need the confidence. So by going into competitions of any kind, not just music competitions, it will help boost confidence, which is a very good way to help younger people build up their character rather than making an adult that is not able to voice out their concerns or what they want to say.
Even
But yeah,
even if they are a music talent shows, not competition, sometimes shows don't need
yeah,
competition, yeah.
definitely, yeah. So that's the case. And it's never too bad to do something new. It's an opportunity that we should take as something that we need to learn from.
Okay, thank you. End of part three. End of the test.